Title: Cash splash to Zap NYC's e-bike fire fiasco, $25 million for charging stations. TLDR: New York City's recent dance with flaming e-bike batteries has led to a $25 million federal grant for the installation of citywide charging stations. This move seeks to put out the fires, quite literally, by providing a safer alternative to risky at-home charging practices. Will this solve NYC's fiery e-bike conundrum or just light up a new set of issues? New York City's own Mayor Eric Adams is no fan of midnight pyrotechnics, especially when they stem from haphazardly charged e-bike batteries. His solution? Turn a hose on the problem with a cool $25 million federal grant, aimed at setting up safe charging stations across the city. This generous funding seeks to counter the recent scourge of e-bike battery fires, including a particularly deadly blaze that claimed 4 lives. The grim twist: these weren't just any fires, these were lithium-ion powered fireworks. Shoddy handling of e-bike batteries and dodgy charging practices were the likely culprits. These citywide charging stations promise to keep the e-bikes of NYC's delivery workforce juiced up and ready to roll, without the hazards of home charging. Is this the solution to overnight apartment charging, or just a band-aid on a battery-shaped problem? The catalyst for this cash injection: a lithium-ion battery's farewell performance, engulfing an e-bike shop in Manhattan's Chinatown, and claiming 4 lives. The flames leapt to the apartments above, causing further devastation. Yet, the city had already fined this shop for its e-bike charging practices. Were those fines a warning sign missed? Since then, NYC has put on a brave face, issuing citations to e-bike shops and cutting response times to complaints about e-bike batteries from 3 days to 12 hours. But is this enough? Or are these moves like trying to extinguish a house fire with a water pistol? The grim reality: NYC has experienced over 100 e-bike-related fires and 13 deaths this year alone. E-bike summonses are piling up like a mountain of crumpled ticket fines, with penalties ranging between $1,000 and $5,000. Is this the high price of e-mobility? The grant will initially fund 170 charging units across 50 locations. Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand are also pushing for legislation to establish safety standards for batteries. Will their combined efforts bring an end to the city's fiery e-bike saga? Or are we just moving the fire risk from homes to the streets? At the end of the day, the question remains: will this cash splash for charging stations extinguish NYC's flaming e-bike issue, or are we just charging towards a new set of problems? Disclaimer: this article is for informational purposes only and does not provide recommendations of any kind. The actions mentioned within are the actions of the individuals involved and do not reflect the views or advice of Turned Up News. Please seek the advice of a qualified professional for matters related to health, legal issues, or financial investments.